Good evening, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, New Jersey and the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal with superior forecasting. This is the evening edition forecast for the I-95 corridor from New York City down to Philadelphia. We're doing shorter term forecast and the evening time for the 48-hour period starting tonight right through Wednesday night. And this is the 48-hour forecast for the I-95 corridor for this evening on the 4th of May, 2020. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Start out with a review of a couple of things here. We had another cold front, a secondary cold front come through this afternoon with a lot of stratocumulus clouds and a lot of cold air advection aloft. And that led to, me not being able to, I took a bike ride, but I wasn't able to go sunshining outside because we had a lot of cloud cover here over northwestern New Jersey. And it was breezy today, too, taking that bike ride with shorts and hoodies on. We got cold air advection continuing overnight as the storm gets into Nova Scotia here and the pressure gradient begins to relax a little bit, but winds are still going to be up this evening and through most of tonight. Close-up look of the low-level water vapor imagery this afternoon showed that area of, moisture in the low levels of the atmosphere. Lots of dry air in the lower layers of the atmosphere, so we didn't really find much precipitation. There were a few raindrops around here and there. If we went to the mid-levels, you can go to the mid-levels now. And here's a review of that from this afternoon. And you find a little bit here in northern New Jersey, and that's where the sprinkles were going through. Composite radar from today looked about the same. We had these showers coming downwind from off the lakes with a secondary cold front and just a few sprinkles that, were evident across northwestern New Jersey and the Poconos, but they all kind of died down because the lower air mass is pretty darn dry. Uses the Storm Prediction Center's mesoscale analysis off the RAP model from a couple of hours ago. Here's our northwest flow with the trough axis here passing off the coast. And once that happened, we had a few showers downwind the lakes here and into upstate New York, just touching a few sprinkles around the area, but lots of stratocumulus clouds. But that cloud cover has now, for the most part, will continue to dissipate through the evening hours. As we go forward, the winds are going to slightly slack off as we head over the next 6 hours and become more westerly rather than northwesterly as we head through the next 6 hours. So the pressure gradient is going to weaken just a little bit and cold air advection is going to be in place. Now, the National Weather Service thought about a frost or freeze warning here, but because of the wind profile here, they're thinking it's going to be minimal. So there's no watches or warnings out that I can see. Astronomical high tides here on Wednesday for these areas here, causing some hazardous weather on Wednesday. In northwestern New Jersey, which is Sussex, Warren County, and parts here of the Poconos here, that's for the possibility of temperatures below freezing tonight or near freezing tonight, but there's no frost advisories or anything like that issued because of the wind profile still going to be up and giddy. And also this area has to be monitored for Friday night and Saturday morning for freeze warnings as well. Can you believe it? Yeah, you can. Why wouldn't you? This is a nice shot of the visible satellite from this afternoon into the evening hours as the satellite is settling down now, as the sun is settling down. There are lots of stratocumulus clouds here, and especially in northwestern New Jersey and the Poconos, so my suntanning time didn't happen. Nope. This is another thing that catches my eye. This is all low-level, mixed level, low-level cloud level layers here. Stratocumulus clouds of cold air advection coming in from off the Great Lakes and northern New England into northern New Jersey. This here is warm air advection clouds driving south and east of the area. So we know that, the cold air is going to be locked in for tonight, but this here looks to me like warm air advection is going to return by the time we get into Wednesday. And that cold air advection has really cooled things down. We started out earlier today, especially the morning broadcast. We were in the 60s and low to mid 70s here across the state. And now, where are we? Well, back into the upper 40s and low 50s in most of northern and central New Jersey, and the low to mid 60s at best in central and southern New Jersey. So that cold air advection has definitely crept in. The wind speeds, they're kind of gusty here out of the northwest and west at about 10, 15, 20 miles an hour. Some stations reporting even gust into the actual recording stations in the 20s, and we're not counting gust here. When we get into the gusts, they're about 10 to 15, 20, even 30 miles per hour, especially right along the immediate coast. 6:45 this evening, in northwestern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley area, northwestern Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania also, under this domain of cloud cover, which will eventually begin to erode. A lot of this cloud cover will begin to erode overnight. Yes, but the winds will still be up. That's why there's no frost advisories in effect. But that doesn't mean the temperatures can't get close at the higher elevations here to freezing over northern western New Jersey, and especially over the higher terrain of the Poconos and New York tomorrow morning. Also want to go back in time and use the Storm Prediction Center's RAP mesoscale analysis. We're looking at the thermodynamics here, the lapse rates from the surface up to 700 to 500 millibars as the mid-level lapse rates. And notice that we started here in the afternoon about 4 hours ago. We're at 6.5 to 7 degrees Celsius. So that's very unstable air, and that's the reason why we had so much stratocumulus clouds over northwestern New Jersey and the Poconos this afternoon. And that trend continues, and it's still there right now, but it will wax and wane as the sunlight goes down and the atmosphere begins to level off. Other things, surface, that's the mid-level lapse rates, low-level lapse rates. That was imperative to look at. Today we had, level lapse rates of 9.5 to 9 degrees Celsius from zero from the surface up to about 3 kilometers. So this is definitely indicative of cold air advection beyond the forecast that was, indexed or broadcasted this morning. So that's the reason for the cloud cover there and the cold air advection. And if we look now, we can still see, lapse rates at 7.5. Anything over 5 degrees Celsius per kilogram or kilometer actually per 1,000 feet or whatever is considered unstable. Notice that this trend continues in the future here, and then begins to wax and wane over the next couple of hours as the atmosphere begins to cool down and the sun goes down. So we don't have a lot of mixing in the atmosphere. So without the mixing, things will start to settle down. The clouds should start to dissipate. And for the next 48 hours, we're going to look at the NAM model guidances, IR reflectivity forecast. Things clear out, and then here comes the stream of warm air advection on Tuesday, tomorrow, May 5th, and just some high clouds across northern New Jersey streaming across, but most of the cloud cover will be associated over Philadelphia and south through Washington, D.C., but there could be some mid and upper level clouds getting in here during the afternoon tomorrow as well, but tomorrow morning looks like it's going to start out okay. And then, of course, that short wave moves off the coast along the developing warm front, and then the area of low pressure moves off the coast as well. Here comes another disturbance in from the northwest along that frontal boundary, and with that, there's going to be some precipitation and more cloud cover as we get into Thursday, but this forecast covers the next 48 hours. So let's do the overview here. We can get into the overview. Let's do the overview. It's going to be dry, basically until, unless you're in Washington, D.C. and point south, maybe some of this rain shower activity with an inverted trough is going to get in here on the backside by Wednesday and Thursday, later Wednesday and Thursday, but these are isolated pop-up showers. It just doesn't look anything organized or significant to me at this time, but there'll be some showers around, but for the next 48 hours, looks dry. Again, the one caveat with that is that precipitation across southern areas of Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., southern New Jersey could see some spotty light rain showers around the region too, but for Wednesday into Wednesday evening. So, Right now, the bulk of the precipitation will be south of the area, but there will be some precipitation from Philadelphia south through Washington, D.C. The northern areas from New York City into Trenton and the Hudson River Valley area, just some spotty rain showers as we get into Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. And for the New York, Trenton, Philadelphia I-95 corridor here, tomorrow temperatures upper 50s to around 60. So that's kind of chilly. It's below normal. And definitely on Wednesdays, definitely going to be chilly. Upper 50s to mid 50s, even upper 40s over portions of the Pocono. So it's definitely going to be chilly on Wednesday. And by Thursday, temperatures are starting to rebound just a little bit, but still below normal for this time of the year. And you might ask yourself, like, how cold will it be? Like, in terms of like the differences between what's normal and what's not, or average, I should say, in climatology. We're dealing with 7, 8 degrees below normal for this time of the year on Tuesday, and 11 to 15 degrees below normal on Wednesday, May 6th, my mother's birthday, and Thursday it's still below normal in many areas as well. And of course, we're only doing this for the 48-hour period. And if you have any weather questions that are weather related in any kind of form of meteorology or anything that has to do with atmospheric sciences, we're here to answer your questions for you at GardenStateWeather.com. So you can email us at GardenStateWeather@gmail.com with any of your weather questions and concerns. For everything weather in New Jersey and the northern mid-Atlantic, it is GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Have a pleasant Monday evening. We'll be back with our regular long-term video forecast discussion on Tuesday.